Tightness in your back and your neck area. My favorite stretch to do at night is just to kind of hang here. You'll feel it in your calves, your hamstring, low back, neck. Really depends on where you're tightest, right? Because you're stretching the entire backside of your body. If some people are so stiff they can't bend like this, and it's kind of awkward because now they're not really balanced, right? If you are that tight, just lower your feet and drop this way, and just hang there. You're trying to change the tension and the habit of your nerves, so that's going to take time, right? It takes me about 5 to 10 minutes to actually relax before I start to lengthen. And then once you are able to disengage your nerves, you're then stretching that envelope, that fascia around your muscle tissue, like stretching in a straitjacket that you're on. And when you stretch that there's a lot of collagen and elastin in there, and if it's stiff, there's going to be more collagen. It's like stretching leather. You pull it too hard, you're going to rip it and hurt yourself. You don't pull it long enough, nothing happens. So it's just a slow, gradual change. Pull it. Another thing to keep in mind is that when you start pulling on this tissue, just like my shirt, I'm going to create pressure. That pressure is going to cut off your circulation. So eventually, your nerves are going to get dull, things are going to hurt and then achy. If you start to rip it too quickly, you're going to feel a really sharp, shearing pain. So take it easy. It's about relaxing, lengthening, and letting go. Don't rush any of that stuff, right? To stretch the side of the hips, just allowing your body to roll over the edge of the bed. Make sure you don't fall over. That's going to help with the rotation here. Again, nice and slow and easy, right? When you're sitting a lot, it creates a lot of congestion in your hips. Also, leaning forward to the computer is going to create a lot of congestion through here. So, an easy way to stretch that, just sitting on a bunch of pillow and allowing your hips to open up to the front. And now tuck that chin in. To address more of the upper back area, you just shift this in between your shoulder blades and allow yourself to hang. So if you have a very forward head posture, it's really important to have the back of the head supported. So this the bench here is low enough that I can place the back of my head here, and then I think I'm pulling my chin down to flatten my neck onto the table. Okay, it's very important that when you're stretching through this area and through the hips that you're not stretching this, because often many of us have a very extended back already. This is not where you want to put the pressure. You want to put the pressure into the hip here and up in the mid back here to create that opening. The rib cage really should be pulled in. Okay, and an exercise that I like to try and do for breathing is, if you can think about pulling your ribs in and keep this contained, now you breathe into your back. So it's like taking a balloon and squeeze the sides. If you keep inflating it and not let it open to the sides, it's going to inflate this way. And that way it's going to help you lift that spine. But often you'll have a lot of tight muscles along the spine, so when you breathe in and want to lift, it's just like stuck. So you just work on that and just gently encourage it. I've been working with big horses now. You can't force them anywhere, right? They got this primitive response, fight or flight response and guarding. So when you're used to that, your body becomes really strong in that way too, right? So you're just trying to negotiate with your muscles to learn to let go. And that's just going to be a slow process that needs practice.
Cool.